broken heart, no remedy. But maybe if you stay, we can get away with it. 'Cause you make me love my imperfections, answer all my questions, just to show me what's on the other side of inhibition. No apologies, my baby. How do you do? 'Cause I'm feeling so good. Memories now let me fall back. But you'll be there, ready to rescue me if I go out of track. You can get away with it. 'Cause you make me love my imperfections, answer all my questions, just to show me what's on the other side of inhibition. No apologies, my baby. I'm feeling so good. Cause you make me love my imperfections.
mama bugging, I'm so quick to hit ignore. Buku bitches in my bed, I got scales all on my floor. I got money on the line, plus I'm clocking it galore. I got bitches kissing bitches, all them bitches go explore. I'm feeling way up, I stay up. Put your bitch on my Snapchat, while I make her. She want a chance with me, cause she know I'm a rapper. I give a but I never get feelings to shorty, I know what you after. Okay, they watching me, they watching me, they watching me. They watching me, they watching me, they watching me. They watching me, they watching me, they watching me. They watching me, they watching me, they watching me. Watch I look, I'm jugging. Dissect your hand if your hand am I putting, put two in your man if your man keep a looking. Act like a poopy, yo, bitch get tookin'. I'm not the type to go with them niggas who fuck with them niggas who stay on some fish. Oh, young and trapping out the bando, from the ceiling fan to the damn floor, trying to stack my money up, cause that's the only way we can go. Tell my mama that I'm okay, see the money coming through the doorway. Got a bad bitch with a lot of money, that's foreplay. Okay, they watching me, they watching me, they watching me. They watching me, they watching me, they watching me. They watching me, they watching me, they watching me. They watching me, they watching me, they watching me.
Trapped inside this spell. Now I feel like,
It's Haaland, and here in career mode, City have won the lot. Rodri on the chance! Goal in the final by Rodri! Jude Bellingham will not be coming to Manchester City. We are Premier League champions, City FC, our champions. Series based on the World Cup with music videos, football and more. Get your official City FC merchandise. Join us as we explore historic Europe and football. Hello, welcome back to the We Are City channel for Manchester City versus Fluminense. It is the FIFA Club World Cup final. And today it will be decided who is the best team in world football. Champions of the world, as Flavius sings out there, a We Are City fan club member, a member of this channel here in the comments. Edders Only is here as well. Hello to you. 86% of you voted so far that Manchester City will win. We're just over 10 minutes away from kickoff in the Club World Cup final. It is Manchester City versus Brazilian side Fluminense, managed by Diniz, who is also the Brazil national team manager. He's also the manager of another Brazilian team as well. I think he's got about 3 jobs under his belt at the moment. They play a very specific style of football. Do Fluminense very, very fluid. And it's going to be a difficult game for Manchester City today. I do believe that. Let's go for the Manchester City side before we have kick-off. As you can see on your screen here, Ederson will start in goal for City with a back four of captain Kyle Walker, John Stones, Ruben Diaz back in the side, and Nathan Ake. Midfield 3, Matheus Nunes unlucky to miss out. It is Phil Foden, Rodri, and Rico Lewis in that midfield 3. On the right-hand side, Bernardo Silva. On the left, Jack Grealish. And through the middle, it is Julian Alvarez. On the bench, we've got the likes of Ortega, Carson, Phillips, Kovacic, Sergio Gomez, Josko Vardiol, Akanji, Mateus Nunes, Oscar Bob, Michael Hamilton. And we also do have there Max Elaine and Mohamedou Suso as well. That is the City side. The Fluminense side, we'll put it on our screen now. A couple of known players in there that have been heroes of Brazilian football for a few years. In goal starts Fabio. It is a back four of Samuel Xavier, Nino, Felipe Melo, and of course former Real Madrid and many-time Champions League winner Marcelo in that back four. Andre, who's been heavily linked with Manchester City, Fulham, Liverpool, Arsenal starts for Fluminense. Keep an eye on him. He's apparently wanting to move to the Premier League this January with Liverpool, City, and especially Fulham really, really hot on his tail. Perhaps a replacement for Calvin Phillips, who looks to be off. Martinelli, also in the midfield for them, not Gabriel Martinelli, a different one. And Ganzo, former Brazilian superstar, just never really made it in Europe for whatever reason. He is in there as well in the midfield. It's Cano, and Arias, the front three for Fluminense. Flavio Cesar, Blonde Viking, and Ginger Maestro not even on the bench. Expecting some Bernardo Magic, Alvarez, Top Bins, and Foden class today. Well, we're hoping for all that, Flavius. I think De Bruyne, Haaland, and Doku are sort of back and ready nearly. But I think Pep Guardiola has probably done the right thing not to risk them today. Fluminense are playing in this 4-2-3-1 shape. But what you'll see from Fluminense is they'll really get into pockets of space. For example, everyone is very, very fluid. Everyone can play in position, and they might just go down the left-hand side, and everyone from the whole starting 11 will all be on the left-hand side of the field, play these little, flare passes in between each other, and then they'll try it again, and they'll keep trying it. And you'll see today, if Fluminense do manage to play their style of football, which will be difficult against the Manchester City side that have a lot of possession, that they are one of the most interesting teams out there under the needs and the way they do play football. It's worked from so far in Brazil. Of course, they are the champions of South America, but it's not going to be so easy to do that against Manchester City today. The other teams in South America are very different to Manchester City, aren't they? And that is going to be every bit interesting to see how City can handle them. City have made it to the Club World Cup final. It's been how long since City have been here? Never been here before, but good luck Manchester City. And I'm really hoping that we see Manchester City come away with a win here today and be crowned champions of the world. That's what they would be with the win here today. Champions of the world, Manchester City, which is exactly what we are looking for. That status to say, listen, we're champions of Europe, but we are champions of the world as well. Manchester City against Fluminense. Still just over 10 minutes away from kickoff. How are you guys feeling? What are your predictions? It's street football, basically, what they're doing. It's very interesting, says Flavius. Yes, it is very, very interesting. I've seen little bits of it, and I've been very, very, very impressed by it whenever they do it. They do it so well, don't they? And it's very different to what you usually see. I think that is the big thing that's sticking out to people when they're watching it. It's very different to the sort of football you would usually see. So I'm interested to see how it works then today against the bigger side. Because, I mean, Fernando Diniz has been linked with maybe a move to a bigger club. It's not really worked for him so far as Brazil national team manager, hasn't it, in this style of play. But if they do the job against City today, then maybe someone will look at it and say, listen, he could be a manager to bring over to Europe. I want to see a clean sheet, says Flavius. 2-0 to City, both goals in the second half. So we're going for a dull first half then, are we? I hope not. I want to see goals throughout the game. I don't even mind if they get a few goals. As long as the game's an interesting... just bang my knee on the desk there. An interesting or exciting one. One that I can really get behind, because sometimes, the games can be very dull that Manchester City play. Especially recently, they've just not been able to find their mojo. And I'm hoping City can do. I'm hoping City really can find their feet. And they looked a lot better, didn't they, in that game against our Red Diamonds the other day. I didn't see the full match. I only saw the first half and I saw the highlights. But City played very well in that one. And the first half, they weren't as attacking. But they seem to grow into that in terms of being attacking. Flavius is not dull, just no goals in the first half. Well, I'm happy just to see some good football, really. Isaac said a 4-0 to Manchester City. That's a good prediction there. Andrew's gone with a 3-1 to Manchester City. So keep your predictions coming in. One of you guys just might be right come the end of the 90 minutes. Of course, this game might not be decided after 90 minutes. It would go to penalties, extra time and penalties, which would be also very interesting, wouldn't it, to see if a side come out on top. I think that on penalties, I think City won't want it to go to penalties. I don't think we'll want extra time either, because you want to reserve your energy. You really want to reserve your energy, don't you? And City have got bigger games ahead, but this is a massive one. I mean, Pep Guardiola has arrived here today in a suit, so he's taking it very seriously, very, very seriously, Pep Guardiola, like he should do. This is the Club World Cup final. It should be taken very seriously, but I'm just hoping that Manchester City don't get caught too often on the counter, don't play into a way of football in a way that suits them, the way they want to play. City just need to keep relaxed, don't let the occasion get to them, knock the ball around and be attacking, you know, show that intent to score a goal. We've seen plenty of times to City this season where they just haven't, City I feel at times haven't been intent on scoring a goal. I feel like they haven't been you know, that sort of team that said, listen, I want to score goals desperately. And that's very frustrating. That game against Crystal Palace, they 2-0 up, it looked like Manchester City didn't want to score a third goal in that game. They were happy just to take it, you know, 2-0, and Crystal Palace seemed like they were happy to just take a 2-0 out and just, you know, limit what City could do. Unfortunately, City, you know, one chance, Palace score, and then the game completely changed on its head. And City's defending has been very poor this season. Felipe Melo, who is at the back line for this side, Fluminense, is a very historical player, been a big name in Brazilian football. He is giving a little team talk in the tunnel out for Fluminense, telling them what they should do. The goalkeeper as well, giving a bit of a team talk to his team, saying, come on now. It's a big game for them, a massive game for them against the side that you would consider the best in the world. So the pressure is on. Certainly the pressure is on, isn't it? And Fluminense, the goalkeeper, is absolutely bawling his lungs out here in the tunnel. This Fluminense side, as the two teams get ready to come out onto the field. Manchester City a lot more calm. Ruben Dias there at the front of the line with Rodri and Edison in the tunnel. Manchester City looking way more relaxed than what I've just seen from the Fluminense players. They seem very pumped up for this one, as they should be. I mean, it's the Club World Cup final. It's a big chance for a Brazilian side to come out on top, isn't it? But who will come out on top? Manchester City. Fluminense, Marcelo there, saying hello to Edison. I mean, Marcelo is an absolute legend of the game. Probably the best left-back maybe we've ever seen in world football. He is going to be in this Fluminense side, and I'm excited to see how he plays today, Marcelo. I mean, he's not young anymore. He must be, what, 36, 35, 36 now, Marcelo. He's not getting any younger. And he's still playing at a relatively decent level. I mean, he's playing for Fluminense here in the Club World Cup final. They are champions of South America. And it's going to be a really good game, I think. A really good game. So the two sides are ready to come out onto the pitch here at the King Aldo Sports City Stadium in Saudi Arabia. Both sides ready to come out onto the field. And I'm excited. I'm very excited to see how this game goes. Samuel Xavier at the right fullback position and Marcelo at the left fullback position. Very attacking fullbacks, the two Brazilians. Manchester City, not you know, a side that play attacking fullbacks. We're way more defensive. And how will that play for them today? I'm interested. I don't really know what key battles will be. I don't watch a lot of Brazilian football. I wouldn't say it's a league that is particularly interesting, really. The quality is not incredibly high, but they've beaten teams from Argentina, Fluminense, to be here. They've beaten teams from all over South America. So, you know, we'll have to see. We'll have to see how things go. I think the first 10 minutes we'll have some sort of idea on the game, how things are going, how Manchester City might perform today as the players are in the tunnel. I think City surely are pumped for this one. They should be absolutely up for it, shouldn't they? They should absolutely be up for it, because there's no reason not to be. This is the Club World Cup final, isn't it? You know, this is one of the most prestigious in terms of, if you win this one, you are the best team in world football. The best team in world football. That is then confirmed. No one can argue that you're not. You would be considered the best team in world football, and Manchester City want to be that. Manchester City want to be that. So players are on the pitch here for the pre-match ceremony. I think Bebe Rexha is singing, it says here. And David Guetta apparently involved as well. Good to see. Although, I don't know. I wouldn't say I'm the biggest fans of David Guetta or Bebe Rexha. Not exactly sure who they are in terms of how big they are, but there we go. So we're just running through the City side again. Very similar team to semi-final, but the midfield changes quite a lot. Stones in the back line. He comes in alongside Ruben Diaz. Kyle Walker at right back and Nathan Ake at left back. Edison, of course, in goal. There's Rico Lewis and Rodri in the holding roles with Phil Foden in front. Bernardo on the right, Grealish on the left. Julian Alvarez through the middle. Lots of options on the bench for Manchester City as well. Be interested to see who City decide to go with in terms of off the bench. If Pep Guardiola wants to make a change, you're thinking Oscar Bobby's probably the number one option. Fluminense is a Brazil club, according to Google says. Yeah, they are. They're from Brazil. They are South American. They won the sort of Champions League equivalent of South America. Beat Argentinian teams and many teams to get there. Kyle Walker, coin toss here with the captain Nino, number 33 at the back. Handshakes with the officials here. The referee is the Polish referee the Champions League final. Thomas Kowalczkowski. Sophie Greenwood is here as well. Hello to Sophie. Manchester City on the field and ready for kickoff. Fluminense side. Fabio starts in goal. It is Marcelo along the back four with Felipe Melo, who's a very aggressive player. Captain Nino. And at right back it is Samuel Xavier. Midfield of Keno. Martinelli in the midfield as well there, number 8. Ganso, very, very quality player. Andre, heavily linked to Manchester City. Chance for him to impress right in front of Pep Guardiola's eyes. Arias on the right. And it is Cano, the man up top for Fluminense. They've got Marlon on the bench here. Alexander, John Kennedy, Daniel, Guga, Thiago Santos. Just some of the names on the bench here. Manchester City in a huddle here. Pep Guardiola looks on from the sidelines alongside Erling Haaland, Jeremy Doku and Kevin De Bruyne. 3 big players missing due to injury, but they're back in training. And hopefully back in the Manchester City side. And hopefully City can be crowned champions of the world today. We'll have to see if that works. And have to see if City come out on top. So, we are ready for kickoff. Are you guys ready? We've had a couple of predictions coming. 3-1, 4-0 and so on. I don't think it's going to be a massive win for City, but I could be wrong. I think they'll give us a really, really good game here, Fluminense. A really good game. And we've just got to hope Manchester City come out on top. Kickoff is underway here in the Club World Cup final, live from Saudi Arabia. Manchester City versus Fluminense. Edison the ball for City here, and City straight away looking to play the ball long and into the half. Felipe Melo with a little kick on Alvarez there. Late one. Referee says nothing in it. Marcelo watching out for a throw in here. Marcelo, who looks to have piled on the pounds, to say the least, since he's moved back to Brazil. Very, very high quality player, Marcelo. Nice touch in the studs and a switch by Marcelo. Goes straight to Nathan Ake, and a bit of trouble for Fluminense here. Ake, Nathan Ake goes for a goal off the post. Alvarez chests it in. 1-0 Manchester City. What a start for City. Within seconds take the lead here. Could he be offside here, Julian Alvarez? I'm not quite sure. Nathan Ake shoots from far out. Cracks the post. And Alvarez, it falls to Poacher's finish off the chest. Marcelo here with a clearance. Straight to Nathan Ake. Let's see if he's onside here, Alvarez. Nathan Ake opens his body up yet. He's clearly onside. Shoots off the post. Alvarez chests it in. Nice invention from Alvarez. What a strike from Ake off the post. Alvarez chests it in. Open goal for Julian Alvarez. What a strike by Ake, by the way. Unlucky he didn't score himself there. Keeper just can't put it out. That works, says Flavius. It does work. Manchester City 1-0 up in less than a minute in the Club World Cup final. What a strike by Ake. Off the post, straight to Julian. Really did well to just get his body right, Alvarez, there. And now here's Fluminense on the counter. End to end this one straight away. Rodri gets a foot in there Ruben Diaz gives it back to Fluminense for the second time after an earlier foul. And Jack Grealish in across to win it back for City. Foul on Grealish. Free kick Manchester City. What a start. Come on, City, says Jaden. Well, there you are. Under a minute, Manchester City take the lead. Even though I hope I've not missed anything. Was busy eating to scram away from. Well, you missed the first goal, Chris. It's 1-0 Manchester City within seconds. Nathan Ake with a strike from the edge of the box after a poor pass from Marcelo opened up his side. Off the post. And Alvarez chests it in. Nice finish. Good invention from Julian Alvarez. I usually do 6-0s against him in FM 24, says Flavius. Well, maybe we see a 6-0 here for Manchester City today. Ake, Foden. Fluminense are going to have to be right in the front foot now, aren't they? The fact that they're already behind. In less than a minute, they were behind. And what a start to the Club World Cup final. Diaz. Rodri. Back to goalkeeper Edison. Into Rodri. Ruben Diaz again. Rodri flicks one through to Rico Lewis, who turns here. Rico, a little bit slow with that one. He's a late footing in by Martinelli there. Lefty studs on the City player. Fluminense kick it away, and City will take the time to take this one. Keep an eye on the number 8, I think it is, for Fluminense, Andre. Said heavily linked with City as an option to bring him. Ball over top here towards Julian Alvarez. Julian. Wide right to Bernardo Silva. Bernardo against Marcelo. Bernardo. Back out towards Kyle Walker. Into Alvarez, who's far wide right side. Alvarez across here, deflects. Into the hands of the goalkeeper Fabio. But City questioning the defence of the Brazilian side again. And Fluminense, they've had a rocky start here. Andre to Felipe Melo. Switch of play into the midfield. Pressing by Rodri, wins it back for City. Phil Foden. Foden for City, should shoot here. Foden decides against it. And it's won back off him. Foden, cheaply giving it away. Good win back by Arias. Wide to Samuel Xavier with a long ball and behind the defence here. Edison gets there, but he was very much offside there. The Fluminense player just decided to leave it. What a start, says Fahad Khalid. What a start, Fahad, isn't it? Less than a minute and City take the lead. Walker. Well, I like how their manager is dressed in a full red tracksuit. It looked like a bit of a velour tracksuit. Velour red pants and a t-shirt as well for Fernando Benitez on the sidelines. Nathan Ake for Manchester City. Wide left to Jack Grealish. Grealish running at Fluminense here with pace. Grealish tries to put one in towards Foden. Can't do. Grealish tries to win it back. Xavier beats him to it. Grealish leaves a foot in on Samuel Xavier. And it's going to be a free kick to Fluminense in the right back position. Well, Fernando Diniz here. He's done a bit of a talk with his assistants. Got to work something out here because they're already 1-0 down. Nino. Under pressure again, Fluminense. Play out in the box. They get it away. Rico Lewis picks it up. Rico Lewis. Rico gives it away to Foden. Well, they played himself into trouble here, Fluminense. Lewis goes and win it back. City are winning it very high up the field. Alvarez. Walker. Wide to Bernardo Silva. City causing massive problems for Fluminense straight away. Ruben Diaz. Diaz again. Stones. Back to Nathan Ake. On towards Jack Grealish. Relation to Ake again. City work it along the back line. Ake goes all the way back to goalkeeper Edison here. Trying to get the opposition to press us here in Jeddah. John Stones dropping deep, picks it up into Rico Lewis. Back to John Stones, he finds himself in the back line. Now he's pushing forward. Rodri for Manchester City. Rodri. Wide left to Grealish. Foden runs into the channel. Grealish in behind to Phil Foden. It does find Foden along the byline here. Good start. Grealish. Flavio says it's not a good start by Fluminense. Positional play very much overwhelming, and yeah, they're trying to play it out from the back here, Fluminense, and City's press is very aggressive. It's catching them out. Here's Bernardo Silva for Manchester City. Bernardo. On to Phil Foden, a little flicking behind towards Alvarez. It's the third or fourth time he's given it away there, Foden. Arias brings it away for Fluminense, but he's pressed by Alvarez and forced backwards. Back to Arias. Back to Nino, the defender. Runs it along his own byline here. Nino into Marcelo. Across to Felipe Melo. Fluminense very much playing it out from the back and playing risky football here. Back to goalkeeper Fabio. Fluminense playing in their own box pretty much. We're doing it well. Ganso. Andre. Fluminense passing it in their own box here, which is very, very risky. Good play from Andre. Arias. Oh, and they've played out very well here, Fluminense. And here's Martinelli, which works out a treat. Wide to Marcelo. Right-footed switch by Marcelo in behind towards Arias. Will burst onto the head of Nathan Ake. Will he beat Ake to it? He will. Arias down the far right-hand side. Pulls it back here. It's number 7, Andre is, for Fluminense. Martinelli wide to Marcelo on this left-hand side. Martinelli. Into Andre, who might see this as a possible chance for him to impress Pep Guardiola. Is this an audition for the Brazilian midfielder? Here's Nino. Andre again. Fluminense playing it well down this far side. Andre. Arias. Good tackle by Gray. Straight back to Fluminense. Work it wide here. Really crowding the far right hand side Fluminense here with Marcelo the only man on the far left. Good play by Xavier Samuel, the fullback. And first bit of possession for Fluminense. They've kept it well on his far right hand side. Andre. Captain Nino. Flick right towards it's Felipe Melo. Felipe Melo. Away from Bernardo Silva. Nice switch by the Brazilian out towards the far man here. Keno. And Keno is actually offside here, unfortunately, for the Fluminense, the Brazilian. And that just gives Manchester City possession, doesn't it? Gives Manchester City the ball back. And it was Keno on that far side. They're just trying to replay the goal here. Ake gets it in the edge of the box. Lovely strike. Bends it right into the post. And Julian Alvarez with the chest in. Very nice chest by Alvarez. Did well to just adjust his body. Drop down and just chest it in. Do anything to get it in. Brilliant finish from City's Argentinian. Given away by Ruben Diaz. Out for a throw in. Another chance for Fluminense. Well, Ruben Diaz seems out of form at this moment for Manchester City. Captain Nino. Back to goalkeeper Fabio. He switches to Felipe Melo on this far left-hand side. Felipe Melo. Across to Nino. Andre. In space. Dropping into the right-back role here, Andre. Allowing Xavier Samuels to get forward. They broke the City press brilliantly here. Chance for Fluminense to play the ball forward to Marcel, which they don't. Felipe Melo. Well, Fernando Diniz is not happy on the sidelines here because he knows his side. Marcelo is in acres of space. If they play the ball through to him, City are in trouble. They side against it. And in the end, Felipe Melo has a pass that goes all the way out for a goal kick. Big mistake there by Fluminense. They want to press City as well. Diaz, Edison, Stones, Rodri. Clips one into the far side towards Bernardo Silva. It's cheap by City. Chance of Fluminense here. Strike that's sliced away. Ruben Diaz back to Edison. Well, that was a big mistake by City at the back there. Edison plays it long. The one for Bernardo Silva to chase, which Nino will get there ahead of Bernardo Silva. Looks to go back to goalkeeper Fabio. Said he goes into his midfield partner. Wide to Marcelo here. Fernando Diniz giving lots of instructions to his team here. Felipe Melo. Nino again. They try to draw the press on Manchester City. Find the space in behind. Felipe Melo. Nice clip into Cano. They let it run here. Ganso and Martinelli. Space for him. Here's Martinelli for Fluminense. Pulled it back to Marcelo, who now finds himself in a central position. Arias. Arias with a strike here. Hits it well. But up and over the bar. 7 league goals so far this season. Well, so far this season. The season's just finished in Brazil. They were the winners, Fluminense. City there trying their best to close him down. Couldn't do. They're playing it very much forcing out from the back here, Manchester City. Stones Diaz. City force it out well. Walker. Oh, lovely little nutmeg by Kyle Walker. Felipe Melo comes sliding in, studs up there. Felipe Melo studs up, flying in. Manchester City there. Kyle Walker, lovely little nutmeg. Back in the possession of Fluminense. Here's Andre. Ball forward to Ganzo. Wide to Marcelo. Tries to clip one in behind here. Nice ball in. Nathan Ake lets it run. Foot race. Against another player. And Ake managed to flick it off the Fluminense. Ran out for a throw into Manchester City. But a very good start here by Fluminense, actually. After that early mistake that they did make. Where they did give away a silly goal, really. That could really harm their chance of winning this competition now. And being crowned the best team in the world. Felipe Melo back in possession. Back towards the back line. Andre in space in the middle. Fluminense player on the back. They're going to the game now, says Chris. They certainly are, aren't they? They certainly are. I think that is being coming, really. The way City have sort of invited pressure out from the back. But they're doing the same here. Nice kick out by keeper Fabio to Felipe Melo. Lets it run here. In the end, avoids it going out for a throw. Marcelo, lovely flick around Kyle Walker. Then foul by Rico Lewis. Foul for Fluminense. Good play by Fluminense. Really good play. Marcelo's still got a lot of skill to his game. Really good play from City. Good pressing, but Fluminense. They look really good there. Felipe Melo. Marcelo. Martinelli back to Felipe Melo. Playing this left-hand side now. The Brazilians. Melo. Back to the goalkeeper Fabio, who's taking liberties. Flicks it past Alvarez. Well, the style of football they play is very entertaining. Very entertaining. Marcelo can't get past Rico Lewis. Throw in to Fluminense, but there, Fabio, the goalkeeper, with confident drag back. Very much a flair side, the Brazilian team. Very much a flair side. Felipe Melo. Playing pretty much on their own corner flag here. City pressing. Can't win it off them. Fluminense play out really well. Marcelo. Lovely play from Fluminense. So much space on the far side, but they don't burst into it. Arias wide. Alvarez slides in. Late challenge. The referee says advantage played. Fluminense switches to the far side now. Space down this left-hand side for number 11. Keno. Ganso. Back wide to Keno. Andre. Martinelli back into Andre once more. Andre making Fluminense tick in the midfield. Here, there and everywhere. Been very impressed with him so far. Felipe Melo with an aimless ball over the top here. Tries to play it quickly in behind. Must be around 40 years of age, Felipe Melo. Mistake there by the centre-back. Straight out for a goal kick. Walker on the ball for Manchester City. Fluminense not playing quite as aggressive there in the press. Allowing the ball to be sent back to Ederson. Ederson still for City. Ederson with a bad pass here. Giving away to Martinelli. Flick through. Chance for Fluminense. Past Ederson. Penalty there. Well, City are very lucky here. Ederson with a shocking pass. Fluminense are played in. Ederson takes down the Fluminense striker. Cano takes it round him. It's a penalty, but luckily the Fluminense man's offside. He's not. VAR will check it. He's onside. It's going to be a penalty. I think it's a penalty for Fluminense. It's a clear penalty. It's just if the Fluminense man is offside or not. Well, VAR have checked it and said offside. That's very lucky there, Manchester City. Ederson. Very silly from Ederson. Very, very silly from Ederson. Walker back to Diaz. Ederson gives the ball away, then takes down the man in the box. And City give the ball away again. Well, Fluminense have been very impressive here. Very impressive. Fabio. Fabio, the goalkeeper again. Fluminense knock it around their own box. Andre's got it in front of his own box here. Literally right in front of his own goal on the goal line. Andre, nice pass into Marcelo. Back to Andre. And a late one by apparently Rico Lewis on Marcelo and a freak to Fluminense. Well, I don't think there's anything in that. They have semi-automated offsides here. Ruben Diaz is very lucky to play him offside. Semi-automated offsides very quickly make that decision. In the Premier League, they'll be looking at that for months and months. Drawing the lines and everything. Free kick Fluminense. Here's Martinelli. Wide to Samuel Xavier. Good player by Fluminense again. Fabio in front of his own goal here. Oh my word, the goalkeeper's got incredible footwork on his own goal line. Takes it past 2 or 3 City players. And then passes it away. Great football. Marcelo, Fluminense are playing some really nice stuff. Trying to run Kyle Walker here, he can't, but fantastic football by Fluminense here. The goalkeeper, Fabio, dribbles it past Bernardo Silva and Foden right on his goal line. And then passes it out. I mean, very impressive from the goalkeeper there for Fluminense. Andre, Felipe Melo. Felipe Melo plays that pass again in behind with the right foot. Not one has seemed to have come off yet. Stones goes back to goalkeeper Edison. Out to Kyle Walker. Walker for City. Walker under pressure here. Forced back all the way to Edison. But a credit to Fluminense. They play a really, really interesting, very entertaining brand of football. Edison picks this one up for City. John Stones. John Stones plays the ball out wide to Jack Grealish. He's overhit by Stones. It's straight out for a throw-in. Pep Guardiola here says, John, he gets the attention of John Stones and just says, pass it. Stones playing the long ball instead. Fabio. Such a play to Marcelo here on this far left-hand side. Good tackle by Kyle Walker. Ganzo there to pick it up. Felipe Melo back to Ganzo. Well, very, very brave this Fluminense side. Andre. Loses it in front of his own box here, though. Alvarez. And then just kicks it out of play for a throw-in. Alvarez thought it was fouled. Their referee thinks not. Throw back to the keeper here. Right in front of their own box. Alvarez across. Martinelli away. Wow. The style of football Fluminense are playing is high risk and not yet rewarded, though. Andre. Andre brings the ball forward for Fluminense. Back to Melo. Andre again. Melo. Felipe Melo. Very, very fluid in terms of any player can be in any position here for Fluminense. Ball in behind to Marcelo. Stones is there with a sliding tackle. Wins it. Straight back to Fluminense. Jean Arias. Intercepted. Walker. Rodri gives it away. Manchester City look very, very, very weak in midfield at the moment. Ganzo. Andre. Back to Felipe Melo. Little flick by Ganzo on towards Marcelo. Lovely turn by the Brazilian. Marcelo still. Lovely little nutmeg on Phil Foden by Marcelo. Spectacular. Then a poor pass gives it away. City could counter here. Julian Alvarez for Manchester City now. Running out Fluminense. Julian. Ake on the overlap. Alvarez slowly works it out towards Jack Grealish. Rodri. John Stones. Stones for City. On to Kyle Walker. Walker shoots. Blocked away by Marcelo. City versus the Harlem Globetrotters, says Chris. It feels a little bit like that. I mean, you wouldn't consider these players amazing players. A lot of them, I know Marcelo maybe is, and a few of them are very highly rated, but they are playing some absolutely spectacular football. So brave, so skillful, very entertaining. Kyle Walker. Rico Lewis. Walker. Diaz. Rodri. Walker again. Rodri in towards Rico Lewis. Back to Rodri. Pokes it through to Nathan Ake. Back into Rodri. He should turn there, Rodri, but decides against it. Ake. So he's just trying to get the foot on the ball thing and get a bit of possession themselves, really. Rodri for Manchester City. Rodri. Diaz. Nathan Ake. Wide left to Jack Grealish here. In space, Grealish. Grealish for City. Grealish. Taken down here. A late one by the wide man who puts in a big challenge on Jack Grealish, who's on the floor. I think he'll be okay. Kick right in the shin of Grealish. Didn't quite get the ball there. Grealish back to his feet. Helped up by the Polish referee. And City will take a free kick now. Look to swing it in. Fluminense have been fantastic in the way they've knocked the ball around. They really have. Ball to come in here. Will City play it short onto Alvarez. Alvarez shoots Alvarez. Blocked away. 4 by City. Counter could be on here for Ganzo. Against Rodri. Holds off Rodri. There's a Brazilian, Ganzo. City win it back through Rodri and Ake. Ganzo down. Nothing given. Diaz. Stones. City knocking it around the back. Into midfield now with Rico Lewis. Rodri. Foden. Rodri again. Back he goes to Ruben Diaz. Ake. Good pressing by Fluminense. Ake into Grealish, and it's out for a throw-in. Well, we can't handle the press of Fluminense. When they press us, we give it away. We haven't got the composure that they have. Mellow wide towards Marcelo. I mean, if City weren't 1-0 up here, you'd be a little bit worried, saying that they look the better side. Marcelo the ball in behind here. Walker. Chase it down, and it's all the way through to goalkeeper Edison. The answer, Manchester City. Nathan Ake. I mean, is this way Fluminense playing sustainable for a full game? I don't know. We'll have to see. John Stones. Grealish. Diaz. Ake. Back he goes to goalkeeper Edison once again. City are struggling in the build-up, actually. Edison played long to Alvarez, who chests it wide to Grealish. Intercepted by Samuel Xavier there, but City win it back through Rodri. Alvarez for Manchester City. Julian. Into Foden. Rodri. But Rico Lewis in space in the centre circle, right on the tip of it. Lewis into Walker. City try and move the ball forward now. Walker wide towards Bernardo Silva. Bernardo. Diaz. Walker. Stones. Round the corner to Bernardo. Into Rico Lewis. Poor pass by Bernardo. Quickly on him was Marcelo, the experienced fullback. It's out for a throw-in for City. Well, it's interesting, isn't it? Fluminense. The fans all have flags at the Fluminense colours. They're actually Hungarian flags. So they're all waving Hungarian flags because they're the same colour as what the team wears, interestingly enough. Throwing for Kyle Walker. And Alvarez, the great pass into Ake here. Opens up Fluminense on his left-hand side. Ake. Wide to Jack Grealish. Come on, Jack. Grealish for City. Grealish couple step-overs. Grealish. Grealish pulls it back to Ake, the free man. Ake clips into the far post here. Marcelo heads it away from Bernardo Silva at the far post. Bernardo gets his head on it. Alvarez. Alvarez on the left foot. Blocked away by Fluminense. And up. Loops up into the hands of the goalkeeper Fabio here. Good chance for Julian Alvarez, but couldn't. Couldn't get there before they got to him. Fabio to take it. Takes it quickly. Here's Martinelli. Drives away from Alvarez from midfield. Ganzo. Here's Felipe Melo. Fabio flicks it on. Ruben Diaz. Ake and City come forward again now. Ake. Grealish down this left-hand side. Jack Grealish. Rodri. Good find to Phil Foden in space. Foden! Deflected. 2-0 City. Deflects off Captain Nino. And Manchester City take a 2-0 lead. Well, there you go. Foden really well found it. It was really good play by City. We find Foden. And it's a great shot. And I thought actually Foden's going to cross this one. Captain Nino goes flying in to try and block it. And the end loops it up past his keeper into his back of his net. It's Grealish on the left-hand side into Rodri. Foden finds some space on the edge of the left-hand side of the box. Played in. Foden's actually playing across the box here towards Rico Lewis for a tap-in. But as Nino slides in, he flicks it on his right foot. Foden was putting that across the box for a tap-in for Rico Lewis. But in the end, it's Nino slides in, slides across the ball, and loops it into the far corner now. Manchester City 2, Fluminense 0 in the Club World Cup final. And I think the difference in actual style is very clear to see. Fluminense maybe play a bit more of an attractive brand of football. But is it a brand of football that's going to win games? That is the big one, isn't it, really? We've seen that Fernando Diniz now manages Brazil, and he's not even having a really successful time for Brazil. We've got Guardiola, Flavius using the icons there. The icons that can only be used if you are a fan club member. Fluminense coming through here. Walker across. Cano. Back to Arias. Fluminense know they've got to come forward now and start trying to score some goals. Andre. Felipe Melo. Andre. Wide to Samuel Javier. Martinelli for Fluminense. We knock it around the middle. Andre. Nino. Andre again. Nice work on this right-hand side by Fluminense. In towards Arias. Poor pass by Fluminense. Rolls through to goalkeeper Edison. He quickly rolls out to Rico Lewis. He's got a chance to turn and go here, Rico Lewis. Lewis, lovely ball, right to Bernardo Silva. City counter. Bernardo slowing it down for Manchester City. And back he goes towards Stones. Pep Guardiola obsessed with control. And that's what Manchester City and Bernardo Silva there were adding to the game. Tiring Fluminense back, making them sprint to run back and try and defend. And then City just slowing the game down, stopping it and keeping the ball. Stones. Luis Angry Silva says, Chris, yeah, I don't blame him. Rico Lewis made a bursting run. And we didn't even want to pass to him. Just wanted to go backwards and slow the game down. Edison for City. City all the way back to the keeper now. Shocking pass by Edison again into Marcelo. Rodrigo's and intercepts it. But Edison's passing today has been really poor. Another one here by Edison. Give it straight to Marcelo. Pep Guardiola was not happy there with his goalkeeper, whose passing's been very, very poor. Jack Grealish for Manchester City. Grealish. Late one on Grealish here. By the fullback. Referee plays advantage. Very late one on Grealish. Ball into Alvarez, who takes a really poor first touch in Alvarez. That's very, very poor. And here's Arias sprinting at us now. John Arias, little nutmeg on Bernardo Silva, but only for a throw-in. It was a throw-in for Fluminense. Martinelli. Back to the man who scored an own goal here, Captain Nino. Andre. Trying to find a pass, trying to find an option. Nino. Back to Felipe Melo. Fluminense have had a lot of possession here today. That's what they do with it. Felipe Melo with a switch of play straight to Nathan Ake and down to Jack Grealish. Look at the space in the middle for Rodri. Grealish into Rodri. Back to Grealish here. Jack Grealish to Manchester City. Grealish tries to flick one through to Foden here. Foden's in! Foden's in here for City! Good defending by Fluminense. He's had a corner. Really nice football there. Jack Grealish, good play with Rodri. Nice reverse pass through by Grealish. Foden looked to hit it there, but Andre puts it behind for a corner. Good tracking by midfielder Andre. Lovely play by City. It's past the 30th minute. We're drew for 3, says Flavius. Well, we just might be. Corner here. And the referee here, I think, he's stopping the game for a drinks break. Because of the heat here in Saudi Arabia. I think so. Yeah, it is a cooling break here in Saudi Arabia. Referee calls one on the 30-minute mark. Fluminense need a talking to by Fernando Diniz, don't they? We got a bit lucky really with the 2 goals we've scored. I mean, if it was 0-0, Fluminense, you'd be very scared of them. Very scared of them. But 2-0 up now, Manchester City. I feel like they're in a very good condition now. A really good situation. But City can easily create more chances here today. They're very brave, this Fluminense side, and I have to say, very, very impressive. They've had 64% possession, I think, which shows how dominating they have been. But there's still plenty of time to go here. I'm sure that was Al Murray pub landlord sat with a shake, says Chris. Gianni Infantino, FIFA president. Pep Guardiola now giving big team talk, an enthusiastic team talk to his Manchester City players about picking passes and looking around. Tomorrow at 12:30, West Ham United versus Manchester United. That should be a good game. And later on, it's title action, isn't it? Arsenal against Liverpool, title race action. The referee has called an end to the cooling break. So here we go, back underway, are we? Well, both managers, both Pep Guardiola, the shirt that Pep Guardiola is wearing is nearly see-through. He's sweating that much. It must be so warm in Saudi Arabia. His shirt is stuck to him now. And there are all the Hungarian flags waved by the Fluminense fans. Corner ball for Manchester City to be taken now. Cooling break is complete. Pep Guardiola looks like he's too warm in that shirt. I think he should have worn something a little bit more relaxed. Stones in the box for City, Ruben Diaz as well. City to take this one. Bernardo Silva there as well. So he's Julian Alvarez for Manchester City. Which one will take it? Will it be an in-swinger or out-swinger? Right or left foot? Foden's to the edge of the box here. Bernardo swings it to the edge of the box to Phil Foden. Phil Foden with a first-time shot. Absolutely scuffs it. Felipe Melo throws a leg at it. And he gives us a corner here, Felipe Melo. I just don't understand that from the centre-back. It's a corner. I don't... Oh, it's a free kick to Fluminense. I don't exactly know why. Here's Andre. Andre back out. Fluminense again persistent in playing it out from the back. Andre. Good play by Andre. Pressure from Rodri. They give it away to City. Off Arias, and that is a throw into Manchester City, is it? No, it's going to throw in Fluminense's way, I think. Is it? No. Here's a throw in Manchester City's way. Referee seems a little bit confused there. What to do? Nathan Ake to take it for City. Back to Grealish. Good win back. Alvarez in there. Grealish again. Arias sends it long. Did it come off Nathan Ake, that one? I'm not exactly sure. Or is it a throw into Manchester City? City are struggling in those little pockets of space. A place where Fluminense really do excel. Manchester City aren't doing. Stones. Rodri. Stones. Here's Kyle Walker for Manchester City. Wide right to Bernardo Silva. Bernardo. Stones. Rodri. Diaz. Ake. Nice take by Nathan Ake. Into Rodri. Rodri back wide to Bernardo. He's runners in behind here. John Stones has made a great run. Stones in the chest there. Stones had to go inside towards the City man. He didn't do. In Alvarez. Alvarez in so much space. Tackle on Bernardo Silva and kept in by the winger. Bernardo goes and wins it back. Can't take it off Marcelo. Wins it back off him. Bernardo's won it back again here. Bernardo Silva. Foden. Foden shoots. Blocked away by Nino. Ganzo forward. Fluminense could counter here. Rodri across the middle. He's lost out here to John Diaz here. Arias. Work it wide to Cano. Counter. Shot by the striker who tries to beat Edison from 40, 50 yards out here. The Fluminense striker. Up and over the bar. City had lots of bodies back here. Fluminense just one man forward in Cano, who's tried to shoot from just over the halfway line and beat Edison. It's wide and it was never troubling Edison. And it's a goal kick for Manchester City to be taken by Edison. Taking his time here, Eddie. Decides to kick long, does Edison. Straight out for a throw into Fluminense. Edison, with his kicking today, has been absolutely useless. Every pass has gone to the opposition. Every pass has gone to the opposition or out of play. And I mean, Pep Guardiola cannot be happy that half-time. Lovely winning by Alvarez there onto Rodri. Rodri the foot in. City get it back. Here's Phil Foden. Foden for City. Here's Rodri. Walker, Diaz. City work it along the back line. Here's Jack Grealish. A late one on Grealish there by Samuel. Xavier. Grealish is down here. Ganzo is telling Grealish to get up. Well, he takes the leg of Jack Grealish. It's a clear foul. He's just taking the foul there, Grealish. Letting them take him out. Okay. Diaz. Rodri into Rico Lewis. Rico back to Diaz. Here's Kyle Walker. John Stones. Walker again. Poor touch by Kyle Walker. Gives it away and Marcelo plays the ball forward here. And here's Cano. And Fluminense looking to try and create an attack for themselves now. Arias driving at Nathan Ake. Lovely pace from Arias. Ake across. Arias crosses it in. It's off Nathan Ake and behind for a corner. First the game for them. Flavio says you can't be Edison that easy. It was a terrible attempt really from Cano. I don't know why he was doing that. And Chris says he thinks he should get Ortega on. Well, Ortega might be a lot better on the ball today because, I mean, Edison's kicking today. His distribution has been very, very poor for Manchester City. And he's going to have his first bit of a chance to... Well, he's only had to do one bit of things. One actual bit of goalkeeping, Edison, today. Which was to come out and stop someone dribbling around him. He took him out and nearly gave away a penalty. He's going to be called upon again here for the corner. And it's going to be Marcelo with an in-swinger. Can Edison wake up a little bit now? Marcelo with a swing in here. Headed in! Oh, big save from Edison. Massive save from Edison. Offside anyway, but big save from Eddie. Well, there you are. I said, can he actually wake up and do a bit of goalkeeping now? Well, there you are. Big save from Edison. Big header. Big header. And a really good save. Flavius says, beers on me to that. Oh, thank you very much, Flavius. Thank you so much for that. Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much, Flavius. The beer's certainly on you tonight. That's wonderful of you. Thank you so much. Honestly, very much appreciated that. Very much appreciated. City have had 7 attempts. Definitely the better side, Manchester City. Here's Rico Lewis. Diaz back to Ake. Ake for City. Rodri on the turn here. Into John Stones and back he goes towards Kyle Walker. Walker for Manchester City. Switch of play by Kyle Walker to Jack Grealish. Lots of space in his far left hand side. Grealish has to just knock it down, but he does do to Nathan Ake in space. Ake for Manchester City. Nathan Ake finds a pocket space for Phil Foden. Foden a little turn, back to Grealish here. Grealish with a shot here, Jack Grealish. Big save by goalkeeper Fabio. big save by Fabio. Jack Grealish there with a strike towards the bottom corner. Julian Alvarez for Manchester City. Bernardo Silva. Foden on the edge of the box here. Foden with a shot. Blocked away again by Fluminense. Not really the best attempt. Not really the best attempt there from City. Yes, big respect to Flavius, Chris. Quite right. Thank you so much, Flavius. Absolutely brilliant. Here's Jack Grealish for City. 1-on-1 with Samuel here. A couple of step overs from Grealish. He's waiting for the second man to come across to him. Grealish. Stones. Rodri. Phil Foden. Space Bernard on the far right. Foden goes back to Rodri. Grealish back in space again on the left-hand side. Nathan Ake for Manchester City. Ake. Can he swing a ball in? Can he make a pass? He goes back out to Grealish. Jack Grealish for City. Well played. Grealish into Kyle Walker. Grealish just around the outside. Walker. Grealish now on the centre circle. City's deepest man back, playing like a centre-back. Grealish for Manchester City. Little back heel into Walker. Diaz. Rico Lewis comes short. Back to Diaz. Diaz into Bernardo Silva. Back to Rico again. Rico around the corner to Alvarez here. It's a nice ball. Referee says onside. Alvarez. And then he eventually goes up. It's a nice ball by Rico Lewis. Julian Alvarez shouldn't really be offside there. Nice intricate pass. Nice intricate pass there. Well, the Fluminense players there having a bit of a go at the linesman, saying put your flag up earlier. Felipe Melo, who likes to moan at literally everything. Well, Rodri so far, most involved player, 17% involvement apparently in the game for City. Diaz 13, Ake 11%. It's an interesting stat. Trying to get silver butt there, says Chris. Yeah, possibly. Possibly. Oh, well done, Nino. Bursts away from Grealish. Grealish, bit of a pull on Nino. And it's going to be a free to Fluminense. And Jack Grealish has gone down here. Holding his face. Well, Nino has hold of Grealish. So Grealish has a bit of a hold of him back. I don't know why Jack Grealish is holding his face here. I wonder if he got hit before that. And that's why he chased after him. Kicked the ball away 10 yards, says Chris. Nothing. Fluminense have kicked the ball away a few times, actually. And the referee doesn't seem interested for whatever reason. So they can't be trying to get us booked for the same thing. Andre. Nino forward. Sends it forward to Cano. He's 1-on-1 with Ruben Diaz here. It's John Stones, in fact. Cano beats Stones to it. Good play by the forward. Cano. Into Marcelo. Arias is there. It's a bad pass. And Bernardo Silva picks up for City. Bernardo. Well played, Bernardo. Takes a sting out of that attack. Little step over. Goes back towards his own area. His own box. Pass it to Rodri, and City are back in control again. Rico Lewis. Rodri. 3 added minutes here. 3 added minutes here in the Club World Cup final. But Manchester City lead by 2-0. Well, Flavius had a 2-0 win, and the goals to come in the second half. But in the first half, they've come. And the first goal from Julian Alvarez came with not even a minute on the clock. Okay, lovely ball to Foden. Foden. Rico Lewis on the edge of the box here. Foden with a terrible cross. Far wide right to Bernardo Silva. Bernardo for City. Bernardo. Back out to Walker. Stones in space. Walker goes to Rodri. Rodri looking to line one up there. Thought about shooting. Ake. Jack Grealish for Manchester City. Rodri's in lots of space. Grealish. Ake. Back to Grealish again. Into Rodri. Rodri to Grealish once more. Grealish towards Ruben Diaz. Diaz with a heavy touch on the right foot. Diaz runs into the left-hand channel. Walker in space. Diaz onto Kyle Walker here. City have got 5 or 6 right along the front line here. Walker. Kyle Walker still. Into Rico Lewis. A little bit of a short pass by Rico. Stones in there. Clips it out to Jack Grealish. City get a throw in. City get away with that one a little bit. Just a little bit. Rico Lewis a short pass, but a few times Grealish should have given it to Rodri, side against it. Grealish leaves the throw in for Nathan Ake on the far left-hand side. Ake. Ake takes his time into Rodri. Back to Ake. On to Ruben Diaz. Diaz goes all the way back to goalkeeper Edison here. have to give him a simple pass to play, because at the moment Ederson's passing hasn't been fantastic. Hasn't even been decent. Here is Rodri for Manchester City. Space out wide for Ake. Foden. Rodri. Foden. Rodri. Foden's got a turn here. Eventually does turn Foden. Goes wide to Nathan Ake. Back into Rodri. Rodri for City. City are doing a bit like they did against Crystal Palace. 2-0 up and then not even... Well, they're moving the ball better than they did against Crystal Palace, but we're not looking like going forward particularly well. Rodri. Ake. Here's Phil Foden. He's found himself on the left-hand side into Ake. Back to goalkeeper Ederson. Manchester City seeing out the sting in this game, aren't they, really? They're going to see it through to half-time safely. Oh, good ball to Phil Foden here. And Foden plays a really bad ball through to Bernardo Silva. And will be beaten to it by Marcelo. And all the way out for a throw. It's a bad ball by Phil Foden. A player of his quality expect a lot better. That is half-time. Manchester City lead by 2-0. At half-time, the Club World Cup final. Manchester City will be crowned champions of the world with a win here today. 2-0 up at half-time, 45 minutes away, perhaps, from lifting that Club World Cup trophy. We're right back for the second half after the short break, where we will cover all the second half and hopefully see Manchester City lift the trophy. Be back shortly. It's Haaland, and here in career mode, City have won the lot. Rodri on the chance! Goal in the final by Rodri! Jude Bellingham will not be coming to Manchester City. We are Premier League champions. City FC are champions. Series based on the World Cup with music videos, football and more. Get your official City FC merchandise. Join us as we explore historic Europe and football.
same. Yeah. For my broken heart, no remedy. But maybe if you stay, we can get away with it. 'Cause you make me love my imperfections, answer all my questions, just to show me what's on the other side of inhibition. No apologies, my baby. I do you do 'cause I'm feeling so good. But you'll be there, ready to rescue me if I go out of track. We can get away with it. 'Cause you make me love my imperfections, answer all my questions, just to show me what's on the other side of inhibition. No apologies, my baby. I do you do 'cause I'm feeling so good.
cause she know I'm a rapper. I give a but I never get feelings, cause shorty, I know what you after. Okay, they watching me, they watching me, they watching me. They watching me, they watching me, they watching me. They watching me, they watching me, they watching me. They watching me, they watching me, they watching me. Watch I look, I'm jugging. Dissect your hand if your hand in my putting. Put two in your man if your man keep a looking. Act like a poopy, yo, bitch get tookin'. I'm not the type to go fuck with them niggas who fuck with them niggas who stay on some fish. Oh, young and trapping out the bando. From the ceiling fan to the damn floor. Trying to stack my money up, cause that's the only way we can go. Tell my mama that I'm okay. See the money coming through the doorway. Got a bad bitch with a lot of money, that's foreplay. Okay, they watching me, they watching me, they watching me. They watching me, they watching me, they watching me. They watching me, they watching me, they watching me. They watching me, they watching me, they watching me.
You got me trapped inside this spell. Now I feel like, your demons drag me close to hell. I can feel that.
It's Haaland, and here in career mode, City have won the lot. Rodri on the chance! Goal in the final by Rodri! Jude Bellingham will not be coming to Manchester City. We are Premier League champions, City FC, our champions. Series based on the World Cup with music videos, football and more. Get your official City FC merchandise. Join us as we explore historic Europe and football. Hello, welcome back to the second half of Manchester City versus Fluminense. Manchester City lead by 2-0, not 1. 2-0. Fluminense trail against Manchester City. And they are making a change here. Off comes Keno off the left-hand side. And it is the wonder kid there, number 9, John Kennedy. What a name that is. John Kennedy comes on, the Brazilian, to try and get this Fluminense side back in this game. Flavius quite right. He was said 2-0 in this one as the second half kicks underway. He said 2-0, first half 0-0, second half 2-0. Well, it's 2-0 in the first half. He might have got the opposite way around. But if so, that's a pretty good prediction. Felipe Melo back to goalkeeper. And a big long ball here by Fluminense straight away, which you don't often see from them actually. Andre. There's Samuel. Ganso. Flick one into the hands of Nathan Ake. It's a free kick Fluminense. Well, Fernando Diniz has got a lot to worry about, a lot to think about, hasn't he? He's doing a lot of shouting. Ball over top into John Kennedy. Edison beats him to it. Lets it run through into his hands there. The Brazilian. Here is Rodri for Manchester City. Rodri. Good passing towards space for Kyle Walker to run on to. Here's Walker down the right-hand side for Manchester City. Rico Lewis in the centre. Walker hasn't got the quality of pass to find him. Walker. Rodri. Switch to the left to Nathan Ake. Flicks it out to Jack Grealish. Nice touches by Grealish. So much space to run into here for Grealish. Grealish for City. Could have gone to Foden. Decided against it. Foden. Ake. Back out to Phil Foden. Rodri. Well, they're trying to press City Fluminense again. City are playing around it well. And here's Bernardo Silva. So much space for Alvarez. A bad pass by Bernardo. Felipe Melo dives in for a sliding challenge. Puts it out for a throw-in. Throw-in to be taken by Bernardo Silva. Into Julian Alvarez, the goal scorer who scored with 60 seconds, less than 60 seconds on the clock. Here's Alvarez on the turn here. Into Foden. Foden wide to Jack Grealish. Got so much space here. Jack Grealish. Back to Phil Foden with a strike save. Bernardo Silva with a header. Oh, saved by the keeper. Pushed it towards Bernardo Silva, who flew with the header. It's a controlled header by Bernardo Silva, but not enough power on it to beat the goalkeeper here. Nino, the captain, long and away towards John Kennedy. Ruben Diaz in there for the header, and he wins it. Well, Diniz is always on the sideline with his clipbook in hand. Drawing the formation. You can see he's moving the players round here, interestingly. While on the sidelines, he's drawing things in his little clipbook that he's got in his hand and telling players to stand here and go there and change position. Edison forward. Foden can't get there. And it's through to the fullback, Samuel. Andre. Good pass by Andre to Ganso. City opened up here. John Kennedy, good tackle by Ake. Rodri the foot in. City away. Jack Grealish for City. Ake. Foden. Foden foul by John Kennedy. Free kick Manchester City. I think there's a foul on Grealish before that anyway. John Kennedy, too aggressive to Phil Foden. He's running back towards his own goal there. Just to replay the chance here. Bernardo Silva with a really, really poor header. He heads it towards the keeper. Needs to head it away from the keeper towards the corner. Rodri. Big pressing from Andre. Free kick Manchester City after Rodri being hassled by midfielder Andre. Doing everything to try and win it back. Think Silva should use his foot, says Chris. Maybe he could have actually. I don't know why he didn't. Here's Diaz. Back he goes towards Edison. Rodri. Ruben Diaz again. Fernando Diniz barking orders at his Fluminense team. They're not happy that the fact they're not pressing and cutting out these City passes. Rodri. Ake. Foden. Foden towards Stones and Rodri over towards Walker. Good play from Manchester City. Here's Kyle Walker for City. Stones. Rodri. Here's Stones. John Stones for Manchester City. Walker. Rodri. Rodri again. Rodri, a nice switch out to Grealish here. Space for City. Grealish. Grealish. Outside the boot. Cross here by Grealish is good. But no one is there attacking it. Nice ball by Grealish on the outside of the boot here. I think it's just a little bit too hefty towards the keeper, actually. Could have rolled it into Foden, actually, Grealish as well. He made a run. Marcelo. Throws it in. Easily taken down again by City. Here's Rodri, Nathan Ake. No one in the left space. Grealish. Rodri. Rodri for City. Into Rico Lewis. Rico Lewis down the box here. No penalty given. Felipe Melo taking down Rico Lewis. City keep going forward again. Here's Bernardo Silva and a good tackle. And he gets a corner out in the end. A good tackle by them. Rico Lewis. He's taken down by Marcel in the box there, Rico Lewis. Foot across Rico Lewis and flicks his foot away. Like a penalty to me. Corner here for Manchester City. Very hands-on defending from Fluminense. Very hands-on defending. City play it short to Alvarez. Bernardo Silva. Kyle Walker do not shoot. Into Jack Grealish. Grealish taken down by Ganzo here. Free kick Manchester City. And they're lacking a bit of discipline now, Fluminense, I think. They're getting a bit frustrated. Jack Grealish is winding them up as he usually does with every team he plays against, Grealish. Free kick Manchester City in a good position. I mean, Julian Alvarez, you'd expect to hit this one, but I think it might just be a little bit too far out for that. Be some strike to get it in the top corner. Would be some strike. Goalkeeper's are way off his line, though. City play it down the line here. Phil Foden with a chance! Oh, somehow the keeper keeps it out. Fired it across the box. Somehow City didn't make it 3 there. Playing it in behind the back line of Fluminense and the free kick. Caught them out so easily. That's Manchester City. Foden's cross just not strong enough to beat the goalkeeper to get past him or get in the back of the net. Rodri back to Walker. Stones. Back to Edison. Rodri. Into Stones. Nice play by Rodri. Slick footwork from Rodri there and over to Nathan Ake now. It's the channel to Foden. Chased by Andre. Who's very much hands-on, Phil Foden there. And the referee gives a throw-in. Nothing else. Phil Foden losing it. Nizat says, think we should risk Haaland in the Everton game, as we need a win. Everton are in godly form, says Nizat. Yeah, but if you say you play him in the Everton game, then he gets injured again, and he can't play the rest of the season. It's not worth risking it. I think City will have a tough game against Everton. They'll probably play badly. I don't know. I think it's going to be a horrible game for City. Good play out from the back here from Fluminense. Onto the goalkeeper here. Felipe Melo. Right-footed ball forward straight to Rodri, who cuts it out, Rodri. And he wins it back for City. Well played, Walker. Bernardo Silva, Marcelo across to him. Felipe Melo goes sliding in here with 2 feet here. And again. And then a foul by City, and it's a free kick Fluminense. It's a big tackle that by Felipe Melo and Bernardo Silva. Carl says, our City playing from left to right in the second half. City are playing from right to left. City are attacking the left from where you look at it if you're watching on the TV. Depends which side of the pitch you sat on, I suppose. If I sat on the other side, I'd say it was the other way. Marcelo. Wide left. Felipe Melo. Coming forward here is City. Back to Andre. Marcelo. Felipe Melo again. Oh, he's just been smashed by Bernardo Silva. A little bit late there by Bernardo. I think Bernardo knew what he was doing there, actually, on Felipe Melo. Samuels goes back. Ganso. Andre. Captain Nino goes back to the goalkeeper here. Fabio. Andre. Back to Fabio again. Well, Fluminense have got to come and try and score a goal, haven't they? Nino. Back to Fabio. Felipe Melo under pressure from Bernardo Silva. It's a late one by Bernardo. It gives Felipe Melo a little bit of a push. Bernardo's going for him there after... Well, Bernardo's left two in on Felipe Melo, who went in with a really aggressive sliding challenge on Bernardo Silva. And now Bernardo is giving a few little pushes, a few little kicks as well. He knows what he's doing there, Bernardo Silva. Andre. Back to Nino. Back to Ganso on this right-hand side. Playing in their own box again nearly here, Fluminense. Nino lumps it away. John Kennedy spins Ruben Diaz. Kyle Walker's there to cover, but that is poor from Diaz there. He's lucky. Nearly gets spun like he did by Openda in the Champions League against Leipzig. Not in the same situation, but very similar, too tight to him. Rico Lewis. Rico. Late one on Rico Lewis by Marcelo. And the yellow card comes out for the experienced Marcelo now. A frustration challenge by Marcelo. Snaps Rico Lewis for no reason, really. Carl says, not what's up with Haaland, not even a sub. Haaland's got a stress injury on the bone in his ankle or something. And that is why he's not playing at the moment. Creation towards John Stones here. Stones, lovely spin by Stones here. Nice shift of the body. Stones. Out to Grealish. Grealish for City. Into Foden. Foden, Rico Lewis. Rico back out to Rodri. Walker. Walker out-muscled by Arias here, and he's been beaten to it, Kyle Walker. And Arias is beaten for pace as well. Walker gets back. Arias. Marcelo. Marcelo left towards Martinelli. Here's John Kennedy, the wonder kid. John Kennedy, lovely feet by Kennedy. Rodri across to foul him. Nothing, says the referee. It was a dive by Kennedy, says the referee. Play on. Bernardo Silva gives it straight back to Fluminense with a shocking ball. Can't win it back. That's poor from Bernardo. Gets the ball stuck under his feet and passes it just straight to them in front of him. Ganso. Felipe Melo. Bernardo Silva sliding in. Only goes as far as Arias, who's skipped past Kyle Walker easily. Arias, good block by Rodri. All the way through to goalkeeper Edison. But Kyle Walker there, 2 or 3 times has been torn apart. Phone into Rico Lewis, who's asleep. I don't know what's up with Rico Lewis, but he's not even woke up. Walker here, losing out to Arias. Well, Phil Foden and Rodri both screaming at Rico Lewis, who didn't even know the ball was in play. Didn't even know the ball was in play. Foden passed it to him and he was asleep. Fluminense play it round here. Ganso. Well, they've struggled to get through Manchester City at all, Fluminense, really. They've played some good stuff at the back. They've been particularly brave at the back. But they haven't really had, barring a chance from a corner, which was given offside anyway, a save that Edison had to make. They haven't really had a shot in City's area yet. Felipe Melo. Back to Captain Nino. Andre. I'd have Kovacic on for Lewis soon, says Chris. Yeah, Mateus Nunes. Oh, Mateus Nunes as well. Good run here by Fluminense. Marcelo can't control it all the way through to goalkeeper Edison. That's poor from Marcelo. Usually better in that situation. He's playing like an attacking midfielder now, Marcelo. Not really playing at left back at all. Rodri. Rico Lewis. Rico for City. Rico, there's so much space for Foden here, but Rico goes wide right instead. Bernardo. Silva into Rico Lewis. Rico pulls it back across. Good defending by Felipe Melo out for a throw-in. And Manchester City are going to make a change? Are they off? Fluminense will make a change. Well, it is, I think, Marcelo. Poor touches and tiring the 35-year-old. And he's going to come off here, Marcelo. So double change for Fluminense. As Fernando triple change. Marcelo, Felipe Melo and Ganso. So 3 of the most experienced players in the field leave the field now for Fluminense. On comes Alexander, Diogo Barbosa and also Lima. The 3 substitutions for the opposition. So the 3 most experienced players, the players who have probably not got enough in the tank to play too much football, really. 60 minutes is enough for them. Well, Felipe Melo and Ganso both tried very hard, but it's a waste. And Manchester City are going to make a change as well. And it is what Chris suggested. Rico Lewis is coming off of Manchester City. And on comes Mateo Kovacic. Well, he'd been asleep a bit, Rico Lewis, hadn't he? And maybe Pep Guardiola's not happy with that. So Mateo Kovacic on. Rico Lewis off. Very experienced player, Kovacic at 29-30. Just call me Pep, says Chris. Have you been on the phone to Pep? Do you know something we don't? Maybe even Chris suggested to Pep. Sent him a little text there. Get Kovacic on for Rico. Why is De Bruyne travel not played, says Lisa. Well, I don't think City are going to throw him straight back in there. He's only just started return from his hamstring injury. I don't think he can even run yet. He's just passing the ball around and so on. Corner for Manchester City. Swung in. John Stones with a header rose well. But the header in the end was a little bit glanced all the way down for a goal kick. Poor connection from John Stones, really. And there is a player down here for Fluminense. I'm not exactly sure who it is. Who is it who's gone down? Holding a knee here. It's Captain Nino. And it does not look good for the Nice's side. It looks like the captain might be forced off. We'll have to see. No, he's back to his feet now, the captain. And he will play on. Fluminense play it out from the back here. Martinelli. The new signs on and making impact as well. Good pressing by Bernardo Silva only means one thing, and that is a goal kick for Fluminense. Pressing from City. Lisa thinks that Carson should play a game at some point. He might do this season. If he won the league early, he might do. Martinelli long. Kennedy against Ake. Ake wins the header. Bernardo wanted Walker to come for it. Walker decided against it. Barbosa takes it away from Bernardo Silva. Very slight throw-in Barbosa, but he seems a wiry sort of player. Here's Nino. Samuel. Can't get away from Grace. A little push in the back by Grace and Samuel. And the referee's going to give a free kick here. Jack Grace just gives it... honestly, it's like the slightest of pushes by Grace on Samuel Xavier. And the guy goes down as if he's been punched. I mean, what is he doing? I mean, it's silly for Grace, but I mean, the Fluminense player made the meal of that as well. Nino long. In behind here. It's not a bad ball, actually. Stones across to go and win it. Done Stones here initially. Oh, a little spin by Lima away from Stones. John Kennedy here. Kennedy, good feet in the box. Kennedy. Oh, so unlucky. And Foden gets it away. Well, lovely feet by John Kennedy. Lisa thinks he should bring the academy on. Well, not quite. I think he goes to 4 or 5. Nearly might see some of the academy players. John Kennedy certainly looks like the the danger man for them since he's come on. Here's Lima. Up against Nathan Ake. Well, Ake can't beat Nathan Ake. Kovacic picks it up into Grealish. Back to Kovacic. Onto Ake. It's a bad pass by Kovacic. John Kennedy slides in with 2 feet there. Ball goes flying up. Edison collects it just before play at the far post. But Brazilian Kennedy there, the youngster, goes flying in on Nathan Ake. I think Nathan Ake believed it was 2 feet. Well, football opener says Marcelo. It was good by Marcelo at the start. Good flick on by City here. Here's Bernardo Silva. Back to Foden. Rodri. Back into Foden. Foden's run to the right of the midfield now and Kovacic to the left. Foden. Walker. Foden. Rodri. Foden. Back he goes towards Ruben Diaz. City playing it well here. Kovacic, who will try and bring some control to this game. Not that City haven't got it. Rodri wide to Bernardo Silva. Bernardo. Back he goes towards Walker. Rodri. Rodri into Nathan Ake. City very much in control. And Ake with a shocking pass. Bobbles up. Frustrated with himself, Ake. Pep Guardiola is initially frustrated there with Ake and then applauded him for the attempt. Here's Nino. Samuel here down the far side. Alvarez tight to him. Arias. Good play by Fluminense. They've got someone at the far post here. Kyle Walker's not there. Edison comes out and gets there. Well, Kyle Walker there. Fluminense man made a run to the far post and initially it looked like he wasn't going to get there. Edison came out and claimed it anyway. Kovacic driving forward for Manchester City. Mateo Kovacic. Wide to Jack Grealish. Grealish. Kovacic. Rodri. Stones. Diaz. Rodri. Stones. Rodri again. City knocking it around here and Fluminense struggling to get the ball. Ake with the ball into Alvarez. It's a good tackle on him. Alvarez can't get his body in the way again. Kovacic comes and picks it up for City. Pep Guardiola is becoming increasingly frustrated with Alvarez for just giving it away in silly situations. Diaz. Walker. Foden makes a run and he goes wide to Bernardo Silva's Kyle Walker. Bernardo. Foden. Bernardo. Walker. Back to Rodri. A late one by John Kennedy again this time. Oh, it's not John Kennedy this one. Yellow card for Brazilian here. For a late one on Rodri by Alexander. And this does not look good for Manchester City. Ooh! That is a horrible challenge on Rodri. And I do not think Rodri's going to continue here. That is a terrible challenge on Rodri. Absolutely terrible challenge on Rodri. Well, a really late one slides in. That does not look good. Slides in, sits on Rodri's leg as it's bent. I mean, that could be Rodri's season's over there with a knee injury. It honestly could be that bad. And I don't want to worry anyone, but it could be that bad. And we're selling Calvin Phillips in January as well, so we're really not going to replace Rodri. If Rodri's injured now, and Phillips leaves, we're in big trouble. That's an absolutely shocking challenge by Alexander there, the Fluminense midfielder. That is an absolutely shocking challenge. And Rodri, he's not getting back up here. That is a terrible challenge and Rodri's still not up. That could be an ACL injury for Rodri. That could be it. Rodri's season over there. He can't even walk, Rodri. That is terrible news. I'd surely take Rodri off here, City. Get him off. We do not want even Rodri with a tiny injury. He's coming back on, but he can hardly... Rodri's hobbling all over the place here. He wants to carry on, Rodri. I just don't know how. But that Alexander who made the challenge, this does not look good. Chris, is this exactly what I was worried about with City playing this competition? Yeah, I mean, Rodri, I think I cannot see him being okay from that. I think he'll stay on for a few minutes, and then that'll be it. Kovacic, good ball into Alvarez here. Alvarez across the box! 3-0 City! Phil Foden scores! Phil Foden makes it 3-0 City. Well, straight away from the start. Ball through by Kovacic to Alvarez, who fires it across the box. And in at the far post, sliding is Phil Foden to make it 3-0. Great goal from City. Get Rodri off now, says Chris. Yeah, get Rodri off now. If there's any problems for Rodri, let's not aggravate it. Let's get him off. Alvarez to the far post. What a cross by Alvarez. Sliding in is Manchester City's Manchester-born number 47, Phil Foden, who makes it 3-0. Great finish by Foden. City 3, Fluminense 0. Game over. Absolutely game over now. Well, Rodri, he's still struggling here. And Pep Guardiola has decided to bring on Manu Akanji. And Josh Gvardiol is coming on as well here for City. No, Rodri's gone down again. This is not good. That injury that Rodri's just had there, I think, is an ACL and MCL. That's an ACL or an MCL injury for Rodri, and that could be his season over. You're talking 5 to 9 months out. And that could be City season's over. That is an absolutely shocking challenge on Rodri. So Rodri's down again, and Manchester City are very worried. They're going to make 2 changes here. Rodri's coming off for Manu Akanji. And he has walked off here, Rodri, but that does not look good. Well, surely that's Manchester City signing a holding midfielder in this transfer window. Because if Calvin Phillips goes, and this Rodri injury is serious, we're without a single holding midfielder in the squad. And Josh Gvardiol is going to come for City as well. So Gvardiol on for City. And he's going to be replacing John Stones. But I'm so worried about this Rodri injury. I'm so worried about this Rodri injury. Because if he's injured, that's our season over. We don't win games without Rodri. Calvin Phillips is not a suitable replacement. City getting rid of Calvin Phillips in January. Meaning we're going to have to go into the market, surely, for a holding midfielder. Surely. Otherwise, we're in big trouble. Long ball far by Fluminense here. Arias does beat Vardiol to it, but his cross is straight into the hands of goalkeeper Ederson. But that looks a really bad one for Rodri. I think that will overshadow everything now, that Rodri injury. It was such a stupid challenge. I don't understand how they've got away with that challenge. Here is Alvarez for City. Foden. Akanji is now going to hold in midfield. Akanji. Bernardo Silva. Well, when Alexander gets the ball, Manchester City, we should absolutely kick him all over the field. Now we're definitely dropping points versus Everton, says Patty Price. Maybe. But I don't think Rodri's going to be back for it. No, Rodri will not be playing against Everton, I'm telling you now. Not happening. It's not happening. That looks a really bad injury. Fluminense with the ball over the top here. Ruben Diaz done for pace. Here's Lima. Cross into the box here. Vardiol pushed in the back, but he gets himself in the way. Good defending by Vardiol. And it's behind 4. A throw into Manchester City. Well, we need to see a City player put an absolute cruncher in on Alexander. I'd get Calvin Phillips on just to kick lumps out of him. Because that was a pathetic, it was a coward's challenge. Sliding in when the player's already passed it. Away by Ake. Alvarez down to Grealish. Grealish for City. Back into Alvarez. Julian. Bernardo's offside, is it? Oh, he's not. He's in his own half, apparently. Bernardo Silva for City. Back wide to Alvarez. Andre chases. City with bodies in the box here. Alvarez. Flicks one up. Jack Grealish takes it down. Grealish in the box here. Falls to Bernardo Silva. Into the side nettings by Bernardo Silva. And they will go back to the offside against Bernardo earlier on. I thought maybe they played on because he's in his own half. If Rodri's injured, that's the season over, innit? We all know that. We all know it's over. If Rodri's injured, we all know that season over. Here's Andre. Martinelli. Here's Alexander. Intercepted by Jack Grealish. Manu Akanji for Manchester City. Kanji. Bernardo Silva. Back to Kyle Walker. Glad to see you winning comfortably. Hello everyone. Hello to Red-Eye. Great to have you, Red-Eye. Red-Eye, Rodri's gone off injured. It looks like he's done his ACL. Other than that, we're winning 3-0. Champions of the world. But season over. That's what it is what it is. Sakalier on. Manu Akanji. By Arias. Free kick for City. Walker to take it. Okay, Walker taking his time here on this free kick. He's not in a situation where he can cross it or shoot, really. Plays it through to Alvarez. A nice ball. Alvarez onto Kovacic, is it? Alvarez, Kovacic. City sort of messed that one up a little bit. Should have gone wide to Grealish a little bit quicker. Grealish back out to Vardiol. Joško Vardiol. Kovacic. Vardiol. Back towards Ruben Diaz. Vardiol. Heavy touch by Vardiol. He's giving it away in a bad position here. And here's John Kennedy running at City now. Kennedy. Lovely skill pass for Vardiol and Akanji. Kennedy with a strike. Over the bar by Ederson, but really good running from John Kennedy there. Picks up the ball here. Kennedy beats Vardiol, beats Ake, beats Diaz and Akanji. Releases a shot. Ederson just tips it over the bar. Corner ball. Marlon is on as well here. Former Shakhtar Donetsk defender and Barcelona. Lima to take this one for Fluminense. Swung in by the Brazilian. Ederson out, punches away. Rodri's injured and ACL possibility. Well, it's nice to win a trophy this season, at least before we lose every game now, says Red-Eye. Yeah. Well, it wouldn't surprise me, right? So, Rodri gets ruled out for like 7 months. We let Calvin Phillips leave on loan, who's our only cover in that position, and then we don't sign anyone. That is Manchester City, typical City. Well, we're happy with the squad we've got. I can see that happening from a mile off. Edison for City. Ball into the middle here. Given away by Edison with a really poor pass again. Marquinhos. One back by Phil Foden. A late one on Phil Foden here. From behind by Marquinhos. Ruben Diaz. Came across there. Kick on the ankle of Phil Foden. Not once, but twice. Not once, but twice. And another change for Manchester City. A double change for City again. So Phil Foden's coming off for Manchester City. Off comes Phil Foden. And on comes number 27, Matheus Nunes for Manchester City. And another change for City. Nathan Ake comes off. And he's replaced by Oscar Bob. So I think Matheus Nunes might be going into the holding midfield role, maybe. Oscar Bobby's on. He's going to the right-hand side, I think, for Manchester City. That's really bad now. We just got Kevin back. We should definitely see it. Sign a defensive midfield, says Matty Price. If I was Pep, I'd be slipping a fiver in Kennedy's top pocket, giving an ace out of Manchester. He looks very lively, doesn't he, John Kennedy? Very lively, the young Brazilian. He's their wonder kid. He's been there for a few years now, Fluminense, and always looks impressive when he's played for them. He's never got these big moves, though, has he, away? But a holding midfielder certainly has to be on City's list in summer, in January. If Calvin Phillips is generally going out on loan and Rodri's injured, we've got to get a holding midfielder, otherwise we might as well say, what's the point of even playing the rest of the games of the season? Because no one can play that position in the squad. Oscar Bob here. Fouled here, Oscar Bob. Referee says no free kick. Lisa's any subs? Quite a few, Lisa. Oscar Bobby's on. Mateo Kovacic, Josh Gavardio. Matheus Nunes on as well now. Fluminense play out with about 82 minutes in the clock here. It's going to be that City are going to come away as World Cup, well, Club World Cup winners, aren't they? I can't see City throwing it away from here. But they go to Andre. It goes back to the goalkeeper here. Ooh, sliding his Alvarez, nearly nicked that off him. Gives it away in their own box here. Kovacic tries to play a pass through. I don't know why he did that. Good play from Alexander. Alexandro, I think it is. Foden chasing in the first half in that game. And you know, Matheus Nunes just come on for him. And he's doing exactly the same role. Chasing him down. Attacking play. Alvarez in there. Foul on Samuel. Free kick Fluminense. Fernando Diniz does not look happy with his side. Well, they're 3-0 down. They've played some good stuff, but, I mean, that challenge on Rodri will overshadow how dirty they can be. Good running here by Barbosa. John Kennedy. Tackled by Bernardo Silva. Kennedy slides in on Matheus Nunes here. That is another horrible challenge here. John Kennedy goes sliding in. The back of Matheus Nunes is down. Another terrible challenge. Matheus Nunes is down now. Ooh, and Marlon leaves his studs right over the knee of Matheus Nunes. Marlon goes in, studs up, straight over the top of the leg of Matheus Nunes here. That is a horrible challenge again by Fluminense. Another bad challenge by Fluminense here. Matheus Nunes seems to have hurt his nose, actually, more than his knee. But the studs were slid across. I think he's going to be okay to play on, but... I mean, just a question. I know this is going to be a bad idea, but... If you get a red card in the FIFA Club World Cup, you don't get banned for anything else, do you? You can still play in the Premier League. So, you know, like one of the City... Kyle Walker being captain, I think he should take one for the team. Take out one of their players that have done a bad challenge on Rodri, for example. And take the red card. Walk off with 2 minutes to go with 10 men, 3-0 up, nothing to worry about. And go, well, there we are. That's the way it goes. That's just my idea. I wouldn't be a good football manager, would I? Because I'd let the emotion get too much of me in those situations. I would be saying to my player, listen, one of you gets a red card and I'll be doubling your wages tonight. Here's Andre. Spinning Alvarez from centre-back here. Andre still. Alvarez pressing him. Referee says free kick. Andre's going at centre-back for Fluminense. Out wide here to Arias. Against Vardiol. Bernardo Silva goes and wins it back for City. Mateus Nunes in there. Beaten to it by Lima. Martinelli wide. Andre. Back he goes to Marlon. Marlon switches it. Taken down by Kovacic, who bursts away now. Kovacic. Back to Bernardo Silva. Grealish. Vardiol. Kovacic. Akanji. Back to Diaz. Wide right towards Kyle Walker. Walker to Mateus Nunes. On the turn here, Mateus Nunes. Could have gone into Akanji there, decided against it. Bernardo. Akanji. Kovacic, Akanji. Bernardo. City knocking it around well. Mateus Nunes. Akanji. Manu Akanji here. Beaten by the player there and give it away, Manu Akanji. He had to release the pass earlier. It seemed to take way too long. They lump it forward and just throw him for Manchester City. I think Guardiola applauding with Akanji there for his movement, and he did well there, but he had to pass it earlier, Akanji, and in the end he's dispossessed. Bernardo Silva. Bernardo. Mateus Nunes. Back to Bernardo. To left-hand side to Vardiol, who drives the ball forward here, Oscar Vardiol. Good pace by Vardiol. In towards Kovacic. Kovacic. Mateus Nunes. City just seeing out the game now. Trying to avoid any more injuries if we can do. Oscar bobbing behind to Mateus Nunes. Good running by City and Mateus Nunes. Here is the midfielder Mateus Nunes here. To the edge of the box to Alvarez. Alvarez lets it sit up. Alvarez! What a goal from City, 4-0. Alvarez gets his second. Mateus Nunes. Lovely run into the channel by Mateus Nunes. He's found by Oscar Bob. Feeds Alvarez on the edge of the box. A little flick. You think he's going to hit it first time. Takes it round the player. And then smashes it into the bottom left-hand corner of the Fluminense goal. 4-0 Manchester City here. Great football. Lovely ball by Bob. Mateus Nunes involved again. Another assist for him off the bench. Into Alvarez. Lovely touch and twist there by Alvarez here. Takes it. Just touched it the outside of the boot around Andre, who's committed himself. And then Alvarez puts it in the far left-hand corner. Very good finish from Julian Alvarez. Manchester City make it 4. And Alvarez gets his second of today. With a really good finish by Julian into the bottom corner. City 4, Fluminense 0. Manchester City are going to be winning the Club World Cup without a doubt. Here's Alexander pressing from City. Samuel. Mateus Nunes wins it. Referee says free kick. Fluminense take it quickly. Pressing again from City. Bernardo Silva pressing. Grealish in there. Grealish wins it back for City. Bernardo Silva. City are going for more here. Bernardo. Don't know why he didn't go to Alvarez. It's gone to Grealish instead. Grealish. Kovacic. Rise the challenge, Kovacic there. And a second Kovacic. Sliding one from Marlon. Kovacic still going here. Kovacic again. And Marlon, eventually a sliding challenge takes it off him. He had to look to square it there, Kovacic. Bernardo in there. Out to Arias. Marlon. Pressing by City. Just want to put out there, Alvarez Ballon d'Or instead of Messi, says Redite. I think that'd be too much. Here's John Kennedy, off he goes again, up against Kyle Walker this time, Kennedy. He's twisting up Kyle Walker as well, Kennedy here. Eventually he does lose it. That is full time. Manchester City 4, Fluminense 0. Manchester City are winners of the Club World Cup. We are crowned officially the best team in world football. Manchester City, great performance. Smash them. I won't be doing another commentary now until into 2024, which will be a new year. I have got friends over for the Everton away game, so I won't be doing a commentary for that one. And the Sheffield game, of course, at home. I never do commentary for those ones. Thank you, everyone, for joining us here today. And a good celebration to see Manchester City be crowned the best team in world football with a win in the Club World Cup. Please do like the video if you haven't already. Please do subscribe to the channel if you are new. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone, so much. Have a great Christmas, everyone. Have a wonderful New Year as well. And we'll see you in the New Year for another commentary in the New Year. Rodri's on the pitch walking around. Hopefully, that means everything's okay for Rodri. Thank you so much. Well, did anyone predict 4-0? Someone did predict 4-0 right at the start. I think someone did predict 4-0 right at the start. Let me just have a quick look. It was Isaac Bloom who said 4-0 Manchester City. Well, congratulations to Isaac. He did really well. City have won it, but what cost? Well, Rodri's on the field now, walking around. Hopefully, there's no injury to near Rodri. It was just a twist, and he's got away with one there. If he has, that'd be fantastic. Great to see you all. Great to be with you all again. And, like I said, Merry Christmas, and we'll see you in the New Year. Enjoy the scenes of City lifting the Club World Cup trophy. It's Haaland, and here in career mode, City have won the lot. Rodri on the chance! Goal in the final by Rodri! Jude Bellingham will not be coming to Manchester City. We are Premier League champions. City FC are champions. Series based on the World Cup with music videos, football and more. Get your official City FC merchandise. Join us as we explore historic Europe and football.